Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? It's almost Friday. Woo! Looks like we're going to be getting some rain today. Well, 50% chance. And you know what 50-50 looks like. Good morning, Tina. Mirvi. Poppy is in here. Hey, Crystal. And we see, look at this. Mrs. T is a new YouTube member. Wow. So glad to have you as part of the family. Amount said it is her Friday. Lucky duck. Lucky duck. I would love to be off like on a Thursday afternoon and have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Ooh. I always bitch about Mondays, but I think Sunday is the day that irritates me the worst. When you know you got to get your week started on Monday. I think that's why so many people call it Smonday. Smonday. Well, let's take a second and tell everybody hello. Please put in chat if you have seen this documentary on Netflix or if you are familiar with the case of Taylor Parker. Preschool Granny said my son's 40th today, having a get together later. Well, happy birthday to your son. Woo! This case is crazy, and I guess I didn't realize how close to me this happened. Well, I shouldn't say that close. It would be closer to Melanie, Idabel, Oklahoma, where this happened, meaning the hospital incident. I would say it's about maybe a 2-hour drive for me. So I'm not saying it's a hop, skip, and a jump, but I mean, I could make it there by lunch if I left right now. Melanie said, right next door to me. This woman's insane. So for those of you that don't know, I'm not trying to insult anyone, just going to give you a little bit of info here. Okay. Texas mom was attacked by her wedding photographer, which is Taylor Parker. She killed Reagan Hancock in order to get her baby out of her and present it to her boyfriend to claim that she had his baby. Okay, so there's a picture of Reagan. Here is Taylor's mugshot. She is on death row. She will be roughly about my age. I'm 51 when they give her the needle. This is the wedding that she took pictures at, and the woman getting kisses on each cheek is Reagan Hancock, and that is who she killed. She did all of this heinous, because she was trying to keep this dude, Wade. She was trying to keep Wade. And she had crocheted quite a web of lies. I mean, tons of them. Now, mind you, Taylor already had 2 children from 2 different men. One child, she had a boy with her first impregnator. She had a girl with her first impregnator. Then she had a son with the second one. I don't want to use their names. I'm sure they are great dads. They better be, because she's on death row is all I can say. Now, her son, there was an issue when she split the sheets with his father. So they were doing, shared custody. She had left her son in a diaper for so long that he had a staph infection. And it's a sad day in America when the dad recognizes the diaper and how many he put in the bag, knowing that none of them were used. Took the baby to the hospital, staph infection. So he filed for full custody, permanent custody, and she didn't show up. She didn't show up. And so, of course, when you don't go to court, the person that is the plaintiff, they get what they want. She went above and beyond to carry this out. Look at this. She had a gender reveal. And there are so many people that maybe if they had put their heads together, could have prevented this. True story. I believe way too many people knew, and for whatever reason, Wade wouldn't do what he was supposed to do. And all he had to do was yank her shirt up and see that silicone baby belly, and he would have known right then he was being lied to. He probably at this time had already had a pretty good inkling that there was no $8 million, because that was how she was really hooking him. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, this might get me in trouble, but again, we can agree to disagree, leave as friends, and continue to discuss. Wade's an idiot, and I don't feel sorry for him. He says over and over and over and over, I care about her. I don't love her, but I care about her. Well, you said it was going to be a big deal when she got that $8 million. You better believe it, buddy. I mean, and now these people in this town that are all binded by what Taylor did can't even look each other in the face. They avoid each other at all costs. So on October 9th, 2020, Taylor, who was pretending to be 10 months pregnant, you heard me right, 10 months. 10 months pregnant. Sent Wade up to Idabel, Oklahoma, to sell off some hogs. Well, she also said she couldn't go to a closer hospital because there was a bomb threat, which turns out she called in. Diabolical, for sure. She goes over to Reagan's house, bludgeons her, does a C-section, and takes off driving with the baby, the placenta, the cord, and the whole 9 yards. I think the paramedics knew right from the get, because when they got her out, she had on pajama pants, some dirty ass t-shirt that looked like it had pizza sauce on it, and there was zero blood. None. Now, for you ladies in here who have had a baby, you know when you give birth, there's a lot of blood. The first time you get up to go shower or pee-pee by yourself, it's very bloody. All she had on was some dirty breeches and a dirty t-shirt. So let's start with this. I'm going to go from the end to, well, we just kind of went over the beginning. I'm going to go backward in time. All right, this is from Fox 33 News, and this is when old Taylor got the DP. There are some states that do it right, and they don't care if you're a man or a woman, and they will put a woman to the DP. And like I said, she was 27 when all this went down. She's going to be about my age when they give her the IV of death.
A heavy burden feels lifted. I feel like now we can start trying to heal. We don't have this over our heads. We know where she's going to be, we know where she's at, and she's taken care of.
That is Reagan Hancock's mother after a Bowie County jury sentenced convicted killer Taylor Parker to death for the murder of Reagan Hancock and her unborn baby, Braxlyn Sage. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Dan Jovic. The verdict comes after a 2-month trial in Bowie County. It is our top.
Now, if you look at her, wouldn't you think if you just got sentenced to your own demise, you would have a little bit more reaction? Don't you think that you would be, like doubled over in pain? Carmelo Anthony freaked out over his 35 years, which he deserves, for stabbing Austin in the heart. And she's just standing there like, just kind of wiping her lip and trying to like dot her eye, like she got a little teardrop coming down. But yeah, they knew she did it. Hands down, the baby she brought in, the HCG test, the blood work and everything, flat out said it was not her baby. Reagan was found dead in New Boston, Texas. They knew exactly what happened. So it wasn't going to be about guilty, not guilty. It was going to be about, is she going to get the chair or not? Is she going to get the needle or not? And of course, Reagan's family, they were all about giving her the DP. Okay? I know some families are like, no. She took a life. I'm not taking a life. And she was charged in Texas because that's where the murder happened. Both of them. But OSBI was involved because when she drove roughly an hour up to Idabel and she got pulled over by a cop, and they got an ambulance and took her to the hospital in Idabel in McCurtain County, they realized she did not have a baby. There wasn't a drop of blood on her.
Story tonight. Fox 33's Donald Britton joins us now live at the Bowie County Courthouse, sharing reaction. Donald?
Then this afternoon, the courtroom was packed with members of Reagan's family, and many of them broke down in tears as the verdict was read. Now, this comes after 2 months of testimony with mountains of evidence and more than 140 witnesses taking the stand. In closing arguments, prosecutors emphasized the heinousness of the crime and reminded the jury that they could send Parker to death row based on that alone. But on top of that, they argued that they clearly showed that Parker poses a future danger. Parker's defense attorney called her a flawed human and said the system and her family failed her. But in the end, it only took the jury 90 minutes to sentence.
Oh my gosh. Listen, there's nothing funny about this. There's nothing funny about this. But it took the jury an hour and a half to say, kill her. Kill her. Bye. Kill her. Good morning, Cool Gamer. An hour and a half to decide her fate. She was failed by her family. She was failed by the system. I don't think this would be a family or system problem. Now, I will say that between her high school friends, her friends that she met after high school, because she became, after she had her 2 children, girl and boy, 2 different fathers, she became obsessed with a friend of hers that was pregnant. Why, you ask? She, after she had her son, said she wanted no more children. None, none, none. Plug the pipes. Cut the tubes. So she had a tubal. Okay? She was having some issues, which are common with tubals. She had an ectopic pregnancy. It caused other issues, and they had to give her a hysterectomy. Now, she was under, so they couldn't quite ask her, so they asked her husband and her mother that said, yes, go ahead and please do it. I mean, save her. Save her. She later asked her husband, why did you tell them to do that? Why would it matter? You already said you don't want more children. You had a tubal. Okay, so after this, she meets another guy, because I believe her name was Taylor Morton at the time. So she meets another guy, they get married, and her name is now Taylor Parker. Now, here's the thing. If you look at pictures of her in high school, she's unrecognizable. She was a big-boned girl, okay? I mean, she's big. She was as big around as she is tall. And I guarantee she's a big girl now in the jail, eating all those carbs and walking on cement floors. So she had gastric bypass. And once she started losing that weight and shaking that thing, her whole demeanor changed. That's when she started the social media and basically documenting everything that she did. Everything that she did. Everything. I mean, everything. If she was putting brownies in a pan, she had a video of it. If she was outside looking at the back of a trailer, there was a video of it, as if she is something special. Now, when they did her psychological evaluation, it would have been easier to tell the jury what's not wrong with her mentally, as opposed to what is wrong with her mentally. Because she makes Letitia Stout look sane. I mean, borderline personality, narcissistic, covert narcissism, histrionic, one diagnosis after another. She is, I'm just going to say nuts. Confirmed nuts.
Parker to death.
I'm grateful for the jury. I think their quick verdict was a testament to the strength of the case that the Department of Public Safety put together. They went through the evidence and the law and felt that they had plenty of information to make that decision. So I'm very thankful that they saw the evidence the way that the state did.
Reagan's mother, sister, and husband gave witness statements as Parker cried on the stand. And after that, the judge immediately ordered Parker to be removed from the courtroom and taken to death row. Now, we are told Parker could be taken to the state prison in Gatesville as early as tonight. And then it's worth noting that none of Taylor Parker's family were in the courtroom today. Reporting in Bowie County, Texas, Donald Britt.
Because they don't give a rat's ass. They don't give a rat's ass. They know they dodged a bullet, per se. They know that she could have killed one of them. She's a homicidal freaking maniac. And I still think, because like I said, she had 2 friends, and this is after the hysterectomy. And she was super tight with these women. They did everything together. And of course, she was the queen bee of sorts. You know what I mean? Very manipulative. She could get anything out of these women. I'm talking a ride to the store, money for beer, let me use your driver's license. She asked one of them if they would have a baby for her. And she said she would pay that woman $50,000. Finally, it got so scary for these two women, they had to cut ties with her. They were just like, that's enough for me. That is enough. And the closer she got to the friend that was pregnant, and she was already losing the relationship she was in, I'm telling you, I think that she might have had it in her mind or started thinking about it then that she was going to kill that lady and get her baby, because she uses children to control the men she's with. Well, guess what? The men you were trying to control have your children. They have your children. Tina's running errands. Tina's running errands. Tina, can you pick up a jug of milk for me? Because I don't want to get out today. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. Now, I see these two women that were scared shitless of her. I see her mother. All of the people that she attached herself to that are in Wade's circle. And one by one, people were starting to wise up that something was not going on, not right. Now, if you see, this is like her pregnancy shot with the pink smoke and everything. You see the gender reveal where they brought out a little baby calf with the hot pink bow around its neck. Then above it is a woman named Stephanie Ott. She started doing her own research. She started getting in Wade's ass going, she can't be pregnant. She's had a hysterectomy. Get rid of her. And he wasn't going to do it. Somewhere in his little simple mind, he really thought that there seriously was going to be $8 million. He thought they were going to buy this ranch in Harris, Oklahoma for $4 million. And the real estate agents that were trying to work on the deal were confused AF because they couldn't verify one penny. Okay? Stephanie and Cody broke my heart because, in my opinion, they were the only ones going above and beyond to try to stop this mess without crossing too many lines in the sand. Okay? True story. And she was doing all she could to keep Stephanie in her good graces because she knew that would be the one that she would have to contend with. And all Wade had to do is pull up her shirt, just act like you're teasing her, and see that silicone baby bump. That's all he had to do. But he wouldn't listen to anyone. And just my opinion, I think because in the back of his mind, he still thought there's going to be some money coming. Well, let me tell you what, this is absolutely crazy because in Idabel, Oklahoma, people from all over the country after Netflix did their thing, people are going to that hospital wanting to take a tour. And when they tell them no, some of them are actually like checking into the emergency room like there's something wrong with them so they can take pictures of inside the damn hospital. I'm going to call this Today in Oklahoma. Yeah, you must be kidding me. Meerkamp's dying laughing. True Crime Beat is like, what the hell? Meerkamp. I'm seriously cackling. I am too. Shonda, did you hear that in our state we have a new place to vacation? It's the Idabel, Oklahoma hospital. People are going there wanting to take a tour after the Netflix documentary. And when they send their asses away, I'm telling you, they'll step on a nail, break a piggy toe or anything to get in. Yeah. Only in Oklahoma do you have to warn people of shit like this.
Fakes her pregnancy, murders a pregnant woman, and cuts out her unborn baby. It is a grisly true story that happened in East Texas, and it's now the subject of a popular documentary on Netflix. It just came out this month. Have you seen this? Maternal Instinct. It's getting a lot of attention, so much so that a hospital in Oklahoma, in southeastern Oklahoma, in Idabel, that is talked about in this film, is getting requests from people who want to come to the hospital, tour the hospital, take photos, talk to the medical staff as well.
Beth said, Brooks, go up and acknowledge me, please, LOL. I need someone's thoughts besides mine. Do you want to take a vacation to Idabel, Oklahoma hospital with me, Beth? Anybody else? These dumbasses, they want to talk to the hospital staff. Then when they're sent away, they'll have them an accident and they go to the ER. And she said, I couldn't do a C-section. I can't imagine. Oh, I know. In her internet searches. Listen, I can't even debone a chicken, let alone cut a baby out of someone. Bonafide, you're not that far from there. You're in East Texas. Go up there. Take some videos for us. My goodness. Melanie said, you would be disappointed because those nurses will cuss you out. Oh, they are. Those nurses are having it. They have had it. They got security guards around there and shit now. I mean, they're used to maybe about 100 patients a day. They did that whole remodel and stuff. My goodness. Got people wanting to go because Taylor's ass was laying there.
People who encountered this woman. She showed up at McCurtain Memorial Hospital with a newborn, but doctors found no evidence that she actually gave birth. So the hospital has released a statement and they say, out of respect for everyone involved, they're not doing tours. They're not going to have photo ops. Here's a quote from the hospital. This is not a story of entertainment or a destination for tourism. It is a story of devastating loss. Agents from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation interviewed the woman there in the hospital. Taylor Parker is her name. She's currently on death row in Texas awaiting execution. A woman fakes her pregnancy, murders.
Just because it is too insane to believe, we're going to hear this clip again because I still cannot believe people want photo ops. They want to meet the doctors. They want to interview the doctors. They want to see the room she was in. My goodness. Beth said she should have tried private adoption. She did. She was not eligible by any means. One, she has no money. And two, her son, her baby boy, was in the hospital for several days on an IV. I couldn't imagine putting an IV into a little baby's arm for a staph infection because Taylor didn't change his diaper for around 5 days. She also kept telling her friends, well, if you have a baby for me, I'll give you $50,000. That's not how it works. Raven said the public craze and all the hype is why I hate that Netflix is doing these. Well, I mean, on one hand, I'm glad they're doing it, but there's really nothing we can do about crazy that's out there. Like the people that want to go visit the hospital in Idabel.
A pregnant woman and cuts out her unborn baby. It is a grisly true story that happened in East Texas, and it's now the subject of a popular documentary on Netflix. It just came out this month. Have you seen this? Maternal Instinct. It's getting a lot of attention, so much so that a hospital in Oklahoma, in southeastern Oklahoma, in Idabel, that is talked about in this film, is getting requests from people who want to come to the hospital, tour the hospital, take photos, talk to the medical staff as well, people who encountered this woman. She showed up at McCurtain Memorial Hospital with a newborn, but doctors found no evidence that she actually gave birth. So the hospital has released a statement, and they say, out of respect for everyone involved, they're not doing tours. They're not going to have photo ops. Here's a quote from the hospital. This is not a story of entertainment or a destination for tourism. It is a story of devastating loss. Agents from the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation interviewed the woman there in the hospital. Taylor Parker is her name. She's currently on death row in Texas awaiting execution. A woman fakes her pregnancy.
You must be kidding me. Okay, so let's go to the tourist destination. We're going to look at live body cam. Watch the nurses' faces as they obviously realize as soon as they bring in Taylor's crusty ass that they realize right off the bat that she did not have that baby. She did not have that baby. I don't know what HCG is, but it's some sort of something they got out of the placenta, which was still with her on the floorboard of her car as she was driving. The cords connected and everything. The most the medical staff could do for the baby is get a pulse. But for obvious reasons, the baby passed away. All right, this was clipped from True Crime Unfiltered footage.
Are you ready? I'm coming.
Is she trying to leave? She's going to say she's well, there's two in there. The one's ours. That's what's ours. Okay.
Do you take any blood thinners? No kind of blood thinner at all?
Can I come around? Yeah, here. Come this way if you want.
Do not let her out that door.
I'm gonna need real jumpy.
I can go that way, right? So she shows no signs. You can't check for hemorrhaging. She should be hemorrhaging right now.
Just a half access. No one.
The nurses knew right away. They weren't even waiting on the test results. They were like, what? She should be hemorrhaging by now. Look at you, little angels. Human chronic gonadotropin is a chemical produced by pregnant women. Well, they weren't even waiting for that test to come back. Those nurses looked right at her. I think the paramedics knew it too when they were strapping her ass down. They saw no blood. Because before I realized what was going on, not to be gross, but when they were putting her on the stretcher to take her to Idabel Hospital, I was like, she has no blood on her. She has no blood on her butt. She has no blood on her hands. And then I was like, oh, I know what they're talking about. I got it. I'm picking up what they're putting down.
Negative HCG.
Okay,
takes 6
what is
weeks.
HCG?
It's a hormone that is
Uh-huh.
secreted by the placenta.
Okay,
And if there's a baby in there, the HCG is what the hormone that mandates going and getting the nutrients and bringing it to baby.
okay,
So it's in mama's blood, mama's urine, mama's everything. And
okay,
it stays up for 6 weeks.
okay. All right.
It's taken off. You don't want no part.
Huh?
You don't want no part of this. Who took off? He's the OBGYN. Yeah, I was going to get called up resuscitating the baby.
What did we step into? Oh, it's interesting. So
Kidnapping almost.
I think it's going to be that.
Yeah, because we've had Lamar County called here too. Lamar County, I talked to Texarkana, and then Bowie County.
So when I'm talking, they're talking. They've never done this before. Why do they keep me on? It's like, hey, I'm just the ER talking. I said, I don't know why you're not done.
Okay. She's in there. She refuses to have a vaginal check to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. They've done an ultrasound and HCG, and it doesn't show that she's been pregnant.
Okay.
They have the placenta.
Where's she?
She is in the room. She
Not
is,
letting her leave.
no, she is in the room.
She's already started collecting why people.
Okay, well, we're gonna go sit with her.
I don't know the number.
Right. But every test is taking it.
Well, that's fine. Chad's got more information than I do.
I know, I was on like this conversation.
Bless them. Okay. Because, I mean, you're looking at that officer and he is all confused. They called the OSBI right away. Hey, Melanie, do you remember when this happened? Because Melanie is like almost like right next door. But you can tell those officers are like, this is not something that we are used to dealing with. By the way, if you are not a member, please consider being a member because I owe you guys a members live.
Call with them.
Hey, okay. Thank God. She's on the phone now with her boyfriend, so I'll try to sidetrack her a little bit.
How far are you to
He's an hour away.
Okay.
I can sit with her.
Well, do what Chad wants to do.
Just talk with the ER doctor. They took blood work, HCG levels, which is a hormone. It's not showing she was pregnant.
Yeah, she said it's
I don't know. And they're saying that the placenta, they can send the placenta off for test and whether it comes back to her or not. She won't let her do a vaginal exam to make sure she's not hemorrhaging. She won't let her.
Oh, I didn't.
Okay, now right now, no big deal. How is it right now?
Hey there. What's your name?
Taylor Parker.
Taylor. Hey, my name's Chad Sansby. I'm a OSBI agent up here, and I heard you brought your baby in.
Yes, sir.
What the? You give birth on the side of the road or something?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Where was that here? In Curtin County?
No, it was in DeKalb.
DeKalb down in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. You said it's Taylor?
Taylor, Taylor.
And what's your last name, Taylor?
Parker, Parker.
Do you have a medication list? You ought to know what you take.
So what happened this morning? Did you just go into labor on the side of the road?
No, I was supposed to ride with my fiance, and we sell, we own a hog buying facility, and we were gonna come through here, but I was having contractions and stuff and wasn't feeling good, so I stayed at home and told him we would just meet here after he dropped the hogs at 7, and he got tied up. I mean, he's on his way.
You're horrible at your job.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Okay. Now how did you get here? You drive yourself?
No, an ambulance
ambulance
brought
brought you?
me. Yes,
Oh, okay.
LifeNet.
Oh, okay. From DeKalb?
Yes. Yeah, I had a LifeNet. I had a nurse help me, and a LifeNet nurse lady help me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did, no, what's your boyfriend's name or your fiance?
Wade Griffin.
Wade? Okay. Have you gotten a hold of him?
Yeah, he's on his way. He said he was about an hour out.
Oh, okay. The nurses said that you weren't going to let the doctor check you to make sure you weren't hemorrhaging or anything.
They did an ultrasound.
The hemorrhaging, I hemorrhaged really bad when I had my. The hemorrhaging is the bleeding, whether you're passing clots or not passing clots. It's really good to have you checked for that, because I know I was passing massive clots and they were about to start giving me blood. That's why they're wanting to check out, any damage, and check to make sure you're not bleeding inside internally. That's why they're wanting to make sure.
Well, that's okay. That's fine. I didn't know it was a big deal not to want the guy to do that.
No, I mean, if you don't want to, that's up to you, but that's why they're wanting to check, just to make sure.
Make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, you've got blood all over you and all over your fingernails. And I mean, that's a pretty intense thing.
Having it on the side of the road.
Yeah.
It's scary. You want to make sure you're okay.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure that those of us that have had a baby or several babies know that you bleed heavily for days. Well, welcome, Shadow. Can everyone please say hello to Shadow? It's Shadow's first time here. Shadow, we actually have two different channels. One is called Next Topic. And this one, we are live every day, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's fine.
Okay. You can get the doctor there.
Yeah.
I'll be doing that checks. We're mostly concerned about your health.
Yeah, that's the big concern too.
Did I do something wrong for them bringing me over here?
What did you have? Did you have a boy or a girl?
A girl.
A girl. Okay.
You got a name?
Clancy Gale.
Clancy Gale.
That's a nice name.
It is a nice
name. You have any old children?
I have two.
Do you?
How old?
Emerson's 10 and Trey's 6.
Oh, wow. So, you 6 to a newborn.
Uh-huh.
He's going to check with the doctor there. Of course, we'll step out.
How long ago was it?
Did I do something wrong?
No. Oh, okay. So,
He's a very good man.
here's the Taylor, here's the deal. I'm just going to be upfront with you. I've been talking to the DA down in Bowie County, and they've been working on a case down there. And we know that you had a hysterectomy sometime back, and that you claimed to be pregnant for a while, but that you really weren't. So we're trying to figure out where this baby came from. But you didn't give birth this morning.
What do you mean?
So I just said, you didn't give birth this morning. And we want to know where this baby came from. That's why I'm here. So what happened?
I just told y'all what happened.
Okay.
All right, if anyone's watching the chat, let me know who got the memberships, and welcome to the family. Listen to this idiot. She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Personally, I thought it hurt worse after having the baby when they were kneading your stomach, you know, your uterus, to get the rest of the gush out. Goodness, that hurt.
What's the doctor gonna find when he comes in the change? Is he gonna find you just gave birth? They can tell. When he looks, he can tell in about a second if you gave birth or not.
Oh, okay.
So is he gonna find that you gave birth this morning?
Yes.
Okay. He'll be here. But the information I've got is you've had a hysterectomy in the past, and yeah, hysterectomy, you can't be pregnant. And you came into a hospital with a newborn. We want to know where this newborn came from.
Okay.
So you still saying it came from you?
Yes.
Okay. Because we can do DNA on it. We'll be able to tell pretty quick.
It won't take long at all.
They have the placenta and they can see the placenta.
Okay.
So you gave birth to this child?
Yes.
We're just making sure.
Who drove the ambulance drove you here?
Yes.
From me.
Yes.
If there's anything you need to talk to us about, you can.
I don't know what everybody wants me to talk about.
What a dumbass. I don't know what everybody want me to talk about. You brought a baby into the hospital. The baby died. The baby still had a placenta and a cord attached. You don't have a uterus. What do you mean? I don't know what everybody wants me to be talking about. The elephant in the room. How about that? How about that? Try that first. They already know where the baby came from. They already know through the blood work and the HCG test that it's not your baby. And they have a good inkling, because you put every damn thing on social media, that it is quite possibly Reagan Hancock's baby. And turns out OSBI was right. This is a woman that befriended her. Good morning, Janica. She felt bad for her. That's a problem when you start feeling bad for people. Trust me, I've learned the hard way. She went to her house while Wade was on the way to Idabel. She went over. She bludgeoned Reagan to death. Well, near death. As Reagan was struggling to live, that's when she went. She got a sharp object from the kitchen and decided to do a C-section. Then she flipped her over. No one can get a hold of Reagan. So her mom left work and went to check on her. They were worried because she is pregnant. She didn't go to work. And her older daughter didn't go to preschool. When they went in, her mother, Reagan's mother, Jessica, sweet, sweet, sweet lady, was about to have a heart attack. That 911 call is chilling. She could barely make a word out. She was so upset. Someone's murdered my daughter. Someone's murdered my daughter. She said, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. When they flipped her over, they saw that she had basically been gutted. Not long after, Taylor presents at the hospital in Idabel, and they're like, this baby's not yours, and there's no way you could be pregnant because you don't even have a uterus.
They found a woman this morning on the side of the road, and her baby had been removed from her body. And then you show up with a baby, and the information is you've had a hysterectomy. There's no way you could have been pregnant, even though you've been telling people for a while you've been pregnant. There's no way you could have been pregnant. And
I didn't hurt anybody on the side of the road.
well, I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying that there's a woman that had her baby removed from her body. Her body's found on the side of the road. I didn't say you did. I just want to know what happened, where this baby came from. Doctor's going to be here in a minute.
Who was the lady? Do you know who she is?
I don't know what lady you're talking about.
Okay.
By the way, if you think Taylor has learned anything while in jail, no. She is playing them like a fiddle. She's having a good old time on death row. She's sending out her letters. She's eating her beefaroni. She's having what she called lesbianic affairs, getting other people's commissary. Oh, yeah. Trying to defend herself at the law library, threatening the FBI. Oh, yeah. She has a lot going on. She's a busy woman. As I said earlier in the show, by the way, we have 158 people in here. 158 likes would be great. We have never had 100% likes. I know we have people in the bushes that need to subscribe. Whether you're curious or just don't feel like chatting, at least hit that like. As I said earlier in the show, it would have been easier to tell the jury what's not wrong with her than what's wrong with her. Okay? Because her personality disorders are all over the place. Okay? She's got it all. She has got it all. What's scary is that even with all of these things, she knows exactly what she's doing.
What was your last name? Parker? You have ID in here?
So
Is it in here? Do you mind if I check? You're okay with that?
I can get it in the little pocket, little leopard pocket.
Leopard pocket? This thing? You got glue? No, there's some right there. Just in case I know there's blood, I just want to make sure I don't want COVID, all that good crap going on.
Okay, before we get to this part, I want to talk about Wade for a minute because we already know Taylor could have prevented all of this. We already know that her friends, in my opinion, had a due diligence. I can't blame the doctors that treated her when she had the hysterectomy because they're bound by law to not say anything. But they had every hospital on lockdown, which is called a code pink, to make sure to extra protect the babies. Hello, Annette. Several people did call Northeast Texas Women's Clinic, and it was just like, can't say anything, but just go with your gut. Trust your instincts, that type of thing. Okay. Wade, in 9 months, never once felt his baby kick, never once saw her belly. They said, oh, she wouldn't let him touch her. No, she wouldn't. He should have demanded to be at every doctor's appointment, and don't give me that COVID bullshit. I went to the doctor during COVID, and there was no problem getting into the waiting room, in to see the doctor, and back out. He took everything hook, line, and sinker. I still think, just in my opinion, hence why he's treated the way he is in his town in New Boston, Texas, around that area. I still think that he was hanging on tight because he really thought that she had $8 million. So he'd go along with anything. They had bought a side-by-side. He had a brand new, spanking, brand new Denali. She was using his credit up like it was bubblegum money. Bought his mom a car. She pulls up and she's like, and his mom, I'm on the fence about that one. She pulls up, you like my new car? And her mom, and his mom is like, oh, that's really nice. Well, it's yours. We bought it for you. Well, a few months go on, and the dealership says we're coming to get it because no one's making a payment. They did everything on credit. And all of this was by design, by her, to impress people, to get what she wanted, which was Wade. I don't understand it. And if I was the mom, for one, I wouldn't have accepted the car. I'd have been like, no. Because the mom was like, well, you could see in my picture on Facebook, I was reeling. No, you weren't. You had a shit-eating grin on your face. The best plastic surgeon in Paris couldn't remove that grin. You had a big old smile on your face. You were super happy. Then when Taylor calls her and says, oh, you got to take it back to the dealership because it's a recall on it. She called herself. And they're like, no, we're repossessing it. The bank is repossessing it. No one's made a payment. His mom didn't offer to make a payment. Now, did she? She could have easily been like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought this car was a gift. This is a misunderstanding. So what is the payment? And I'll start making the payments. $80,000 tractors. I mean, you name it. Now, I'll tell you what, the big shit was when she almost, and I mean almost, had that ranch in Oklahoma for $4 million. I mean, she almost had it just on a promissory note.
Where are you from?
From Sims.
From Sims, Texas.
Where?
Sims, Texas.
Heard of that? Is it in here or in here?
It's on this house.
So.
That's an old address.
Oh, it's okay.
I've been in Sims for a little over a year now.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at our poll. Do you agree with the jury's decision to give Taylor the DP? 95% said yes, 2% said no, and 4% said other. Woo! I would love to hear about this.
Cool. I'm just gonna keep this. I'll put all your stuff back here, okay?
Do you know what the OSBI is? It's the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. Familiar with Texas Rangers, Texas. We're like Oklahoma's version of the Texas Ranger. Every state has something like that. We're investigators. Primarily what I work are death cases. And I've been doing it for almost 27 years. That's all I've ever done for the last nearly 2.5 decades or over. Like I said, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this thing.
Hi.
All right.
Let's see. So we're going to bounce. All right. Well, let me have them set you up then, where I can see what I'm doing.
All right.
Yes. Watch that.
Let's get the girls here.
My heart's in Mississippi. Hey, do you mind telling me what town in Mississippi are you from? I used to live in Oxford. Beautiful town. Said either he didn't care or just plain stupid. He told his mom that he did not love her, but he said, I care about her. She said, well, then just get rid of her. Either he's a real basic bastard that really believed she was going to get this $8 million, or he just did not know how to get rid of crazy. Because when everybody, and I mean everybody, was confronting him, Stephanie, Cody, the chiropractor's husband, his mom talked to Taylor's mom. All he had to do when she was sleeping was pull up her shirt, take a picture, and say, girl, you're not pregnant. You are not pregnant. It's really hard to feel bad for Wade when he could have stopped this a long time before. For one, we all know a gestational period, okay? Now we know our first baby, sometimes we go over our due date, okay? That is common. Not your third, unless something's wrong. Your third comes out like a water slide at Big Splash. No. And she was she was 10 months pregnant. Planning, conniving, waiting for Reagan to get bigger so she could get that baby, thinking it would survive, because I think Reagan was 37 weeks at the time. I don't feel bad for Wade. I feel bad for Reagan's family. I just don't. Because I've been reading a lot of stuff about how people in town treat him and how people just kind of stay away from each other. Anyone that was part of that situation, they just do. Mir Camp, she said she's back. Her mom called. Totally off topic. Y'all want to hear something funny? So, 4th of July is coming up. Mir Camp bought a t-shirt for her husband. Her mom bought a t-shirt for Mir Camp's stepfather. I'll say it that way to make more sense. Okay? The t-shirts are identical. So Mir Camp bought the 250th anniversary shirts for all three of their sons. So everyone's matching. Okay. When she sent me the link today, I about fell off the couch. I said, I bought that exact same shirt. Just a little funny to break this up because this lady is disgusting.
No.
All right, let's see. Gloves. Let's lay her flat if we can.
There you go, okay?
How many children have you had?
Two. Now, let's get to the end of the bed, edge of the bed.
Oh, man.
How are you?
That'll be fine.
Not good, you're here, huh? Do you think you can get a wheelchair for me? Do you think you can get a wheelchair for me? Well, We're gonna go do a PT real quick on that head. Okay, hold on just a second.
Okay, while he's checking her for the obvious, let's have some birthing stories. Beth said, well, I mean, yes, they might go without, but I'm telling you now, it's hard to lay in bed at night, and they do. They sit there and they knead at your stomach when you're sleeping to make sure you don't have any blood clots or anything. And you're like, are you serious? I just delivered a bowling ball out of my body.
Sorry.
Hey, extra light here.
No. So, it surely doesn't look like a baby came out of there. What kind of surgery did you have?
And then, I had my gallbladder and appendix removed.
Uh-huh.
What a dipshit. He said, nah, doesn't look like any baby came out of there. He's not asking about her gallbladder, which, by the way, from what I read, she still has. He's not asking about her appendix because the last time I checked 9th grade anatomy, we do not carry babies in our appendix or gallbladder. We just don't. But he could tell by looking that he wasn't going to find a uterus because everything was gone and she just has a vagina. He can, what kind of surgery did you have? He knows the answer. So before anyone says, how does he not know? How does it? No, he knows. He's trying to get her to admit it for the police. My gallbladder and my appendix. That's not what he's looking at. That is not what he's looking at.
All right. Does it look like she had a baby?
It doesn't?
No.
Okay.
Does not look like she had a baby there. On there. Ready. So what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, nothing happened.
You didn't get birth.
This is her first.
Yeah.
It's not your baby.
Grab the link, Bonafide, because I guarantee you can talk East Tennessee real good. I know you could. Just cannot believe her.
So what happened? Like I told you, Taylor, this is my first rodeo. I've been doing this for nearly 27 years. Death cases. Not normal. Sometimes, you know, there's some people that do stuff just because they're very evil people. They're bad people. I've dealt with them. I've dealt with them my whole life. Cold-blooded murders, serial killers, all of it. I've done it. And here's the thing. You seem like a nice person. I think you may be a little bit confused about some things. And I get that. You know, the problem with cases, death cases especially, people automatically assume the worst. Okay, you know how it is. When people read the newspapers and stuff, they they just see a certain amount of facts and they automatically assume the worst. You know, essentially what we have is we have a dead woman down in Texas, and you took the baby out of her. It's caused her to die. And my question is Taylor a cold-blooded murderer? Or is it something else? I mean, sometimes people have, they go through depression and, some mental issues and things. Causes good people to make bad choices.
Mental issues. 3 psychiatrists in Texas ran out of paper putting down her mental issues. They're just like, Not only is she crazy, she's crazy enough to be proud of what she did. Hello, September Angel.
And that's kind of where I'm here at today. I knew that document wouldn't find anything. Because I already knew. I already know a lot of things I asked. I already know the answer to before I asked. But one thing I'm trying to figure out is why did this happen? What was going on? Is it something like maybe you're going through some depression, maybe you're going through some some emotional things, and just for whatever reason, you made some bad choices, right? Or is it because you set some woman up, targeted her to kill her and steal the baby? Okay. I tell you, most of the people are going to assume the worst. They're going to assume you're an evil person and that you just butchered this lady and left her to rot on the side of the road so you steal her baby. I don't think that was the case. I mean, you don't seem like that type of person, man.
I didn't kill anybody.
Where'd this baby come from? We're past all of that. Taylor, we're past that.
I did not kill anybody. I didn't kill anybody.
So was she alive when you left?
I wasn't with her. It's mine.
Can't be. Can't be. Well, here's where we're at, Taylor. And I'm just going to be brutally.
By the way, my email is on the screen. Send me an email if you guys have a case you want to talk about, something on your mind. Just send it on over, especially you, Annette, because I want to do a show about Jack and Lily. I need your help on something I came across. I'm going to go ahead and give Bonafide the comment of the day. If brains were leather, she wouldn't have enough to saddle a June bug. Oh my goodness. What on earth? Woo! CLL72020@gmail.com.
Okay. Right now, the DA down there who I've talked to believes that you're a cold-blooded killer and that you plotted for the last 8 months to murder this woman and steal her baby. And right now, the evidence is there. They can prove it without a shadow of a doubt that that's what happened. They can prove that you murdered that woman and that you're a cold-blooded murderer. How heinous is it? Some woman, everybody's happy, they're having showers, and then somebody comes along and cuts her damn baby out of her gut. That's what we got right now. And that's what you need to understand. That's the point where we're at. We're past all this nonsense about, I wasn't there, I didn't kill nobody. We're past all of that. We know it. We know you did it. There's no doubt whatsoever. And the only thing I'm giving you a chance, because like I said, you seem kind of confused, like maybe you've been going through some depression or something. Or maybe you took some medication or something that like I said, that made a good person make bad choices. I don't know. That's the one thing. Okay.
Okay, even a man would know this. And I'm not picking on men. I'm just saying we have different parts than a man has. And even a man would know that after a woman gives birth, particularly the type of traumatic birth she's trying to describe, you're not going to be able to talk about anything. You are crashed out. You're waiting on your food tray. You're waiting on your Sprite and a straw. The nurses are helping you because your legs feel like Jell-O to get up and go to the shower. And she really, like they said, narcissistic, covert narcissist. Hence why I put that post up on YouTube. It's kind of a little precursor to the show. She seriously thinks she can talk her way out of this. Y'all remember the first time that you stood up after having a baby? Hell, I don't care if it was your 17th baby. You know how your legs feel. She plopped her fat ass right down on that stretcher. The paramedics already knew. They were just kind of like, So you did this all by yourself?
Because the bottom line is, these cases are actually pretty simple. Murder cases are pretty simple. You got who, what, when, where, and why. Okay? And it's like a big old puzzle. You ever put puzzles together when you're a kid. You got these little pieces of evidence, all these little pieces, and you put them all together and they make a picture of what happened. The only thing that the evidence doesn't show is why something happened. That's the only thing we don't know. Is why this happened. Okay? We know what happened. We know who happened. We know all of those, but we just don't know why. And that's the point I'm trying to explain to you is people in general automatically assume the worst. They always do. In this case, the worst is that Taylor's a cold-blooded murderer who stole a woman's baby from her. Okay? That's what the evidence looks like right now. And that's why I didn't have to come talk to you. I really didn't. I mean, if I was like some people, just said, hey, she's a cold-blooded killer. Just arrest her. Go away to keep. Right? But no. After talking to you for a few minutes, and my thinking, because like I said, I've done this for a long time. I thought, this girl's I think she might be going through some depression or something, or maybe took some medicine or something. She seems like a good person. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What was going on to cause this chain of events to happen that's happened? We know it's happened. We're past all of that. We're completely past any of that. If you weren't there, you didn't do nothing, we're past all that. Okay? Not even talk about that anymore. All right? The only thing I'm interested in is, why did this happen? What was going on that caused this to happen? Because here's the thing. Good people make bad choices all the time. Everybody's made a bad choice at some time in their life. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. You follow me? Does that make sense? I mean, I've made bad choices before. Everybody has.
My goodness. I mean, yes, I have made horrible choices. I've made terrible choices. It has never once crossed my mind to pretend to be pregnant and buy a silicone baby to put around my waist, try to fraud someone out of a ranch, use up someone's credit to buy things that you know could possibly not be afforded. And when the gig was up, go kill someone and leave them alive long enough that you could get their baby out of them. He's trying to be human with her, and I dig it. I dig it. But remember, the judge said, you may not remember, but the judge said she is not a remorseful person. We're going to come back to that in a second because we're going to go to what Taylor has going on in the Jaily jail now. This is from KTLA News.
Run by having her mother buy commissary items for other inmates in the name of other inmates. And then those inmates would give Taylor the items that her mother had bought. And the document notes how much Taylor owed the county for those medical expenses as of February 2022. And another part of the document talks about how somehow Taylor Parker was able to access and reactivate her Snapchat account in April 2022. So I'm not sure how far the documentation of these activities kind of lead up to.
Okay, I was yesterday days old when I found out that EBT is used in jail. That it's not so much, people put money on, as they say, the books, okay, the commissary. But they actually get an EBT card. They get food stamps. I did not know that. And I'm like, what state does that? Turns out every freaking one of them. So every time someone goes, oh my God, why are groceries so high? Because we're feeding 47 million fucking people that don't have a goddamn job. Bonafide, did Wade testify? Oh yeah, he did. So she has an EBT card to get her commissary.
Before this document was filed, or whether it's continued, and whether the jail has had to continue to make policy changes. So just kind of a note there that when we talk about, whether Taylor Parker is actively still doing these things, we can't say. These documents don't talk about last week or since the trial began. But there is quite a bit, obviously, over the last 2 years since she has been in custody.
Yeah, no, good thing to clarify that as well. And especially because this is stuff that they've collected through, as you mentioned, emails and letters. And even just as you talked about and touched on too, just how she is, using the false medical claims to pass letters and the relationships that she's built with other inmates and almost these romantic relationships. Is there anything else that we do know about that and how she was able to
She's a very popular woman in the jail because she has had a hysterectomy. So Big Bertha doesn't have to worry about going downtown on someone that could be having her cycle. Did I say that plain enough, or do I need to put it pen to paper for you? Okay. Taylor has a lot of bargaining chips in the jail. She has a lot of bargaining chips on death row. Okay?
develop some of those relationships?
Well, according to the documents, according to the state and the prosecutors in this document, she's had help from family members, specifically, I think, her mother and a friend who she's been able to ask to reach out to, I think, potential romantic interests via Facebook. There's some documentation of emails that Taylor sent to her mother to ask her to give her the names of some of these men and where they live, and just asking them to reach out to her through the online communication system that people can use to send emails and send money to those who are incarcerated. So there's a few examples of that, as well as her telling a friend in an email that she wanted to reach.
Give me those men's numbers. Invite them to the channel. This is some Leilani Simon shit. This is some Letitia shit. where these men, they like the bad girls. And they're like, don't worry, little darling, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make sure you get your fudge sickle on Friday. Oh, thank you, baby doll. You know I didn't do this. You know, she asked me to do surgery on her, and I didn't have my phone handy, so I couldn't call 911. So I just did it myself because I learned how to do that in Girl Scouts.
Out to someone who was the brother of someone who told her he'd been asking about her. So the implication there being, oh, you know, this person seems to be interested in me and want to know more. Maybe this is someone that I can connect with, you know, as a pen pal or whatever. But she also told the same friend that she was looking for a sugar daddy, is literally what she said, someone to load up her inmate account.
And then so as we continue to look more into some of the things that were in that document, you know, besides her just communicating with family and creating these relationships, is there anything else that was specific that you wanted to touch on today that was that may be presented into this next sentencing phase?
Well, the thing that ties this jailhouse scheme to frame fellow inmates and all these jailhouse romances together is that there's overlap there. Some of the inmates that were named in this document and are potential witnesses during the penalty phase of the trial were also in relationships with Taylor Parker, allegedly. So there are going to be all manner of communications, notes, emails, letters.
Okay, this chick is obviously new to life because she doesn't understand that when you're looking at court documents, you no longer have to say things like allegedly. Good morning, Prayer Garden of America. She said, wow, this is a terrible case. Sad that 21-year-old Reagan Simmons paid the price for Jessica. Twisted mental issues. I don't know who Jessica is. It's crazy ass Taylor Parker. I'm going to put the link down if you want to come up. Oh, actually, that's the members link. Wrong link. You idiot, Brooks. Brooks, you idiot. Have another cup of coffee. No reason to say allegedly when it's in the court documents. That's an official government document.
Jailhouse calls that are going to be introduced to support all of this information and all of this as evidence and testimony about the scheme and just about the varying stories of alternate perpetrators. So we're going to probably get to see at some point during the penalty phase of the trial some of those letters and notes and exactly what she said. There are excerpts in this document. I've included some of those in that story online. There's a trustee that Taylor Parker was apparently in a jailhouse relationship with and who had since been transferred to another facility. Some of those are explicit, but they also talk about her wanting to build a relationship.
Explicit. That paperwork is not explicit. It's sexually graphic. You won't even believe what those women in the jail know what to do with their noses. I need to go no further. Holly has just become a new YouTube member because she rocks out loud. Can everyone please welcome Holly to the family? And don't forget to remind me, I owe you guys a members live. I think we'll do it tomorrow for Father's Day and my birthday. I tell you what, my favorite quote of 2026 was when Reagan's little sister said that when all this happened and they found out who did this to her sister Reagan, she said she prayed to God that goodness, I messed that one up. She prayed to the heavens up above that Taylor would go to hell. And she said, but now that I think about it, a demon like her enjoys hell. Like they fit right in, these people. So when we say, go to hell, go to hell, go to hell, it's people like me, Melanie, Uli, Poppy, Ange, basically everybody in here that is scared of going to hell. People like Taylor, she's with her own kind. Okay, she's laying in the hospital now. Still trying to pretend like she just had a baby. Look at her. She's holding on to her belly like she has a uterus. Yeah. She's looking at the wall. She has a pretty good inkling she's probably gonna go to jail. She has a good idea she's gonna be arrested. She obviously notices they're not taking her from the ER and putting her in a room. And they're not bringing her a tray of food.
Are your kids did you drop your kids off at school this morning or? Mm-hmm.
Can you get a message to them for me?
To your kids? Whenever you talk to Wade, he can give it to him.
I didn't know if they would let him give me the talk to him.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Can you
Huh?
Can you
I just sent one of them a message.
Boston. So I'm just going to assume you're familiar with the case of Taylor Parker, who's on death row for the murder of Reagan Hancock. Did you see the documentary on Netflix? Because, well, my face falls off every day. I'm like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. When Richard Gere says, people normally don't surprise me. And she goes, really? Because they shock the shit out of me. That's me on the daily. They shock the shit out of me. And now that I know more of the backstory and learning more, I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. I've said it many times. Instead of saying, what's wrong with her mentally, they should have just capsized it for the jury and said, well, this is what's not wrong with her.
You're fine. Nobody's out there. The nurses are out there.
Listen to her. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Oh, honey, don't worry. You're going to get some white bread and cold beans real quick. Okay? Look at her looking over. I'm hungry. She's like, okay. Okay. Well, you're not exactly going to get the maternity plate here. You're not getting any chicken fried steak and green beans, milk, orange juice, omelet, whatever is on the menu. I'm hungry. Oh my goodness. Boston! Interrogation interview from the hospitals on YouTube as well. Yep, that's what we're playing right now, girlfriend.
Might have gone down and talked with them at the police department. I don't know. I don't know. They might have taken him somewhere to talk. I don't know. They probably have to ask him questions too. Okay. I understand. But they have to ask questions. That's just part of it, you know. There's still a lot of information that we don't understand. You know. Yeah. Have they given you anything at all? Okay. All right.
Jail.
Hey.
Okay, if you missed it, because I know everybody's super busy and like we look away from our screens, which is a good thing, by the way. We look away from our computer, we look away from the phone. But when he walks in and he goes, jail. Now, this is the part of healthcare that upsets me. And no, I don't think for a minute that these nurses did anything wrong. They knew that she did not have a baby. But when you're asking a registered nurse to sit there with a woman that earlier in the day murdered another woman and took her baby out of her to make sure she doesn't leave, to me, that's above the call of duty. That is just me. Now, let me ask you guys this. I'm not putting a poll up right now. Everything we've been talking about for almost 2 hours. Does anyone feel bad for Wade? I have a little bit of empathy for him. I think he could have prevented every bit of this, though. I think her mother could have. I think a lot of people did. But you know what they did? Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. They did everything on the phone. They were texting each other, social media, all that type of stuff. Oh, that bitch isn't pregnant, that type of stuff. And now, look what happened. Reagan's dead. And so was her baby girl. Let's look at him again. Watch this.
Ask questions. That's just part of it, you know. There's still a lot of information that we don't understand. You know. Yeah. Have they given you anything at all? Okay. All
Jail.
Hey,
Take her to jail.
okay, they need to take the IV out.
I'll get a nurse in there with you, right?
All right, so here's the deal. I'm gonna take you with me, okay? But we gotta take everything like with us too, and I have to put you in my car and stuff like that.
There, and here, I'm gonna get this one first, okay?
Do we want to put the purse?
No.
Go ahead. Do what? I'm not gonna hurt you. Nobody plans on hurting you, okay? That's not how we work here, okay? You're gonna be under arrest, okay? And you know that. But you've got to understand, we're not here to hurt you, okay? All right. That's fine.
Well, y'all aren't, but the state of Texas Department of Corrections is, because the judge gave her a stern talking to, and he said, bailiff, take her to death row. That was the last thing she heard after the trial. The last thing she heard. They didn't even give her the opportunity to plead guilty and be done with it. They said, no, we're going to trial. We want everyone to hear about everything you did. And then we're going to take the gamble on you going to death row. So when she says, oh, we're not here to hurt you. But they're real beggars after they've done something insane. I'm sure we have a lot of examples if you want to put it in the chat.
I'll cover you up. We're going to leave you with that because we can't put those other clothes on you because those are what you wore earlier, okay?
Do they have any, like, paid
We have
for that?
scrubs that you can wear.
Sorry.
That tape hurts.
Yes, it does. Try to do it quick because it hurts, but it still don't make it any better usually. Get these other little stickers off here. I'll have to lift every time to get to these.
Do you need some gloves? Do you need some gloves?
You need some?
Do you need some? Okay.
A few stragglers here and there. But do you want me to go ahead and lower this?
Yes.
Or fix it?
Can I set up?
Yeah.
All right, and then the tissue's there. I'm gonna take your glasses.
Oh my gosh, we almost got a beaver shot. Thank goodness they were good with their camera. Thank goodness.
Button B.
Huh?
Button B.
Yes, ma'am. Oops. Yes, ma'am. All right. I'm gonna have to cut you, okay? All right. Okay. Let me lock them so they don't. You're fine. I just want to lock them so they won't tighten on you. All right. Walk this way. You're fine. Got it. Go ahead this way.
Well, one's gonna be following the side, the other thing's gonna be back. So, are they,
And this one.
are they?
This all for closed, Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the walk of shame is going on.
Big leap. There you go.
Can you grab the sticky deal that's scratching me?
What?
There's a sticky deal.
Where's it at?
Get her in the car, I need to talk to you.
In my leg, up on me.
On your inner leg?
Right there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You go ahead and get in. Watch your toes.
Circumstance, she to have her phone or purse.
Okay.
All right. She's to be separated from her boyfriend who's down there.
Is he being booked in right now?
Huh?
If he's being booked in
She's
right
not being
now?
booked in. She's the only one that's going to be booked in.
Okay.
You know the baby's dead.
Yeah, I heard.
Okay. What?
We'll call A-Hole real quick and tell him, hey, what that do?
Lisa Thompson said she didn't get protocol of being wheeled out. Maybe because she wasn't a patient. The paramedics knew as soon as they got her on the stretcher that she didn't have a baby. Basically, doctors and nurses had to wait on the police and the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation to get there and hang on to her because they knew she didn't have a baby. And as time went on, they knew she killed Reagan Hancock. And they also knew that she had cut Reagan's little baby out of her, little baby girl. And they were also trying to save that baby. So I think the least of their worries, considering she was under arrest, was making sure she was comfortable. Just my opinion. Or she can sue the hospital and say, I didn't get a wheelchair.
Yes, that's what I was doing. All right, thank you.
I'm still rolling. I'm going to roll until I get her in.
Huh?
I'm still rolling.
Okay.
And Lisa, that's the reason I put it up, because I had to mute myself because I about spit out my water because I snorted laughing, like I had a belly laugh by what you said. And it was freaking hilarious.
Did they take him down there?
Do what?
They took Wade down there.
I think so, or the sheriff's office one. I don't know which place they took him.
Okay.
No. 117 PD.
Go ahead.
I'm going to be 1015, one female from the ER to the PD, starting mileage 175620.
1430.
You're welcome. Let's see if I can get some air back there for you.
Melanie, that would have been the longest drive of my life, knowing that instead of picking people up from the pawn shop in Idabel or people that are fishing without a license, we got someone behind me in my police cruiser that seriously just murdered a woman outside of DeKalb and cut her baby out of her. That 5 minutes probably felt like 5 hours to her. I would say McCurtain County probably needs to work on the suspension on their police cruisers.
17 PD, any mileage out back, 175621. Go that way. Okay.
Sorry.
You're okay.
I know those rocks hurt.
They do.
Just a little.
You have to sit right there on that bench, okay?
Debbie, is she criminally insane? Nope. Nope, not at all. She's got some issues for sure. She's histrionic. She has borderline personality disorder and stuff like that. However, she can keep up with her own lies. So, and this was premeditated. She was purposely making friends, and a couple people, I'm going to go ahead and say, in my opinion, allegedly dodged a bullet because they could have been a victim. But no, she was not proved to be criminally insane. She's actually sitting on death row. And now look at her, sitting there on the bench. Look at her, dumbass. She's like, yes, sir. Look at her. She's in her hospital gown. Yes, sir. And like they're trying to be all cool with her when they know exactly what she's done. They know exactly what she's done. And she has no conscience. Because like we talked about her behavior on death row right now. She's got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, the way she's using her food stamps, the way she's using her commissary, the way she's using other women. She's got sugar daddies. So what was she, 27? So that would make her 33 now. So like I said, she'll be about my age because I'm 51. And she's going to be put to death. But I must say thank you so much for being here for Throwback Thursday. I thought you guys might want to look into this. And if you would like to do another show about Taylor Parker, we certainly can, because trust me, it's a lot to absorb. It's a lot to unpack. And I want to say thank you so much to all of you. Look at our new members. Look at that, Mrs. T. Woo! Holly, new member. Love you, love you, love you. And, hey, Mod Squad, you guys are the absolute best. Mrs. T said they sit too long on death row. For real, they do. And that's a big problem with a lot of people. They think death row is like, just take him out and hang him. I mean, I'm the same way. We have a process, though. We have a process. And she's got to go through the appellate court. Because I think they get, 3 automatic appeals? And, they're never in any hurry to hear from anyone from death row. True story. They're not. They're just not. All right, great show. You guys are the best. And I will see you over in Discord, and we'll decide what to do on our second show today. You enjoy your lunch, and I will enjoy mine. You all are the absolute best.